So, if you're a creator on YouTube, you have definitely seen the storm brewing on social media. All of a sudden, a wave of channels are getting demonetized for something called inauthentic content. It's a really confusing and, let's be honest, kind of scary label. So what is going on here? And why is it all happening right now?
And this is what makes the whole thing so bizarre. We're not just talking about some low-effort spam channels here. As this creator points out, people who are pouring hours into original, high-quality animations are getting flagged. So, this tells us something really important. The key here isn't about how much effort you put in. No, it's about something else, something kind of hidden under the surface.
All right, so that's the million-dollar question, right? Why now? To get to the bottom of this, we've got to peek behind the curtain and understand how YouTube's system actually sees, and maybe more importantly, how it hears everything we upload.
Okay, so it all kicks off with something called digital fingerprinting. Essentially, every single video, every piece of audio you upload gets this unique, invisible tag from YouTube. And believe it or not, this system is right at the heart of this whole mess.
Here's how to think about it. The second a video gets uploaded for the very first time, YouTube's system scans it. It analyzes the pixels, it analyzes the sound waves, and it creates this totally unique digital signature that's then permanently tied to that content. A really good analogy for this is a car's VIN number. A video's digital fingerprint works in pretty much the same way. Just like a VIN number proves a car's identity, the very first person to upload a piece of content, boom, they get that unique VIN assigned to their channel. In YouTube's eyes, that establishes them as the original source.
Okay, now this is the part that almost everyone misses. We always think about copyright and originality when it comes to video, but YouTube's system is just as smart, if not smarter, when it comes to audio. Every single sound, every bit of narration gets its own unique fingerprint. And folks, that little detail, that's the key that unlocks this entire mystery.
So, how does this all tie back to that wave of demonetizations? Well, it turns out the massive explosion of AI-generated content has created this huge, unexpected problem, and it's all about that audio fingerprinting.
I mean, think about it. Over the last year or so, we've seen thousands, literally thousands, of new channels pop up, and a lot of them are using the same basic toolkit. You've got scripts written by ChatGPT, voiced by popular AI tools like 11 Labs, and very often using the same default voices, like that super popular one named Adam.
Now, on its own, this doesn't really sound like a problem, does it? I mean, you're making your own unique video, so what's the big deal? But what happens when you have a ton of people all drinking from the same digital well? And here we go. This is the absolute core of the issue. See, because AI speech patterns are just so darn predictable, when thousands of channels use the exact same AI voice to read similar scripts, they end up creating audio that sounds, to the algorithm, basically identical. They don't even realize it, but they're all stamping out the exact same audio fingerprint, over and over and over again.
So picture this from the algorithm's point of view. The first time it sees a specific AI audio fingerprint, it's like, okay, no big deal. But the 100th time, the 1000th time, each time that same fingerprint shows up, it adds a tiny little red flag inside the system. Now, this isn't a public strike or anything, but it's a mark that tells the algorithm, hey, this looks a lot like mass-produced unoriginal stuff.
And you don't have to take my word for it. We can actually see the impact in the data. Right around mid-January, if you look at the analytics from channels that were studied, the ones using these generic AI voices saw their views completely fall off a cliff. Meanwhile, channels with real human voices, totally stable, some are even growing. It's like the algorithm just hit a breaking point and finally started pushing down all the content with these copy-paste audio fingerprints.
This tells us something absolutely huge. This isn't just some technical glitch. No, it's a major shift in what YouTube actually wants on its platform. It means they are actively trying to move away from all that anonymous, faceless, automated content. I saw one expert put it perfectly. YouTube is moving towards branding and personality. They are tired of the endless streams of what some people call AI slop. What they want are pillars of people, real, unique creators that an audience can actually connect with and form a bond with.
So, that old way of thinking, YouTube automation where you could just pump out videos without a real face or voice, that era is pretty much over. It's shifting from just any content to branded personalities, from automation to human connection. The new game is all about personality and having a voice that is 100% yours.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the problem.
what can you actually do about it? The good news is, the path forward is actually pretty clear. It's all about bringing that human element back into your work.
All right, let's break it down. Here are 3 super important steps to make sure your channel is future-proof. Number 1, and this is the big one, switch to a human voice. Hire a voice actor or just use your own. It is the single most important change you can make. Second, think bigger. Don't just automate a script, automate a personality. And third, if you absolutely have to use an AI voice, be careful. For example, in a tool like 11 Labs, you can crank up the instability slider. That makes the voice sound a little less perfect, a little more varied, more like a real person.
And when you get right down to it, this is why human voices are suddenly the most valuable thing you can have. I mean, think about how we talk. It's naturally unpredictable. Every single one of us has a unique rhythm, a unique way of speaking that an algorithm just can't mass produce. And that uniqueness? It doesn't just help you dodge the fingerprint trap, it builds a real connection with the people watching.
So where does this leave us? What does this all mean for the future of making stuff online? Well, it seems like YouTube is sending a pretty clear message. In a world that's getting flooded with AI, your most valuable, your most powerful, and your most future-proofed asset might just be your own, one-of-a-kind human voice.